Let's go. Boxing shit 13. You know how it goes. 86 boxing, baby. Joshua here. We're live. Shimon. We're live. Let's go. Boxing talk time. Welcome everyone. A day before Memorial Day. Salute to all of the fallen soldiers, Marines, sailors, etc. out there. Yeah, shout out to my fellow veterans. Shout out to my fellow Marines. Semper Fi. We're about that veteran life here. 86 Boxing. Welcome. Uh, Maybe joined by Mr. Boxing Haven Boz himself here a little bit later on. We'll see. But in the meantime, though, back in the mix, just ready to talk a little bit of boxing. We had some stuff going on here this past Saturday night here. We had a big fight. It was a pay-per-view, Showtime pay-per-view to be exact. And it was Gravante Davis against Rolly Romero. The WBA lightweight title. I was on the line, I believe. Let me see. Yep. WBA World Lightweight title, and this was a Showtime pay per view. Of course, we've been seeing a lot more pay per views coming out of the Showtime side as of late with some of the bigger fights. Some worthy. I will say this card here from top to bottom. It was okay. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. I won't say that it was anything more than that. The fights were okay as well. I would say that Arizona Lara looked good, given he still seems to be on top of his game to a certain degree. At 39 years of age, he took out Spike Sullivan, though Gary Spike Sullivan, who is a contender but not really a world beater in any sense. Just he has a name. He's Irish fighters, tough, rugged, but of course, Arizona Lara is no joke when it comes to just being a fundamentally good boxer. And even here at 39, he seems to be still in pretty decent shape and everything. It would take a guy like a Hurd or a super good boxer to defeat him still at this advanced age. And with Hurd, it was more so just continuing that ruthless aggression throughout the fight. And I think that played into it when he was able to defeat Lara at that particular stage. So we'll see how it goes. Skills pay the bills. 100 Tank Show clearly levels to the fight game without a doubt. Shout out that my man Cedric. Yeah, yes sir, yes sir. What's going on, man? Semper Fi indeed. Shout out to all my fellow Marines out there. But yeah, you're right, without a doubt. Clear skills pay bills, and in this particular fight, that's what we saw. We saw Tank Davis, just hold strong and continue to do his thing, and he actually caught Romero in the sixth round with a shot that sent him down and out. Down and out. It was a left hand, a little short left hook, I believe it was, and Romero was out there, and you could tell it. You could tell by his legs that he was pretty much shaken up, and I think the stoppage was just. It was certainly a just stoppage in that sense. But I will say this: before the fight, I thought that it would end in the middle rounds. I was thinking maybe around the fourth round, but certainly between the fourth and sixth. I just thought it wouldn't go the distance, and I actually thought it would be a less competitive fight than what it was. And I will say that Romero, he made it very interesting there early on. He certainly made it interesting. And I think it forced Tank to exalt a bit of patience, just as Romero, he was winging it whenever he got that chance. When he found something clear, he was definitely winging some hard shots that looked like they would potentially have an effect on Tank. I didn't see anything that truly hurt Tank. There was a solid shot that landed. I don't know if he was truly hurt by it. I forget which round it was, but it was one of the earlier ones. But that being said, Romero did make it more of a fight than what I thought it would ultimately be at that particular time. So, given such, yeah, decent showing for him. But we always know that when Tank is involved, the lights can go out at any point, and that's ultimately what got him the victory. Hey, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. It's not belated, as a matter of fact. Today is my birthday, so had to keep the show going. Even birthday and all, had to be here in the mix. So yeah, appreciate it, my man. Yeah, just out here, out here doing the thing. Just celebrating. I'm celebrating talking boxing. That's how I get down. Dedicated to the sport, I guess you can say. But yeah, appreciate that. Shout Simplify again. Shout out my man, Mad, motivated, ambitious, driven. Gonna have to get you on here one day for sure, for sure. But yeah, I do appreciate that without a doubt. But yeah, it's one of those things. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is. The birthday thing is going down. It's one of those things, though. Yeah, I had to, continue to do what it do, birthday and all. But yeah, boxing wise, yeah, dedicated to the craft. Hey, I'm trying, man. Trying out here, trying to stay out here, stick with it. Uh, so I'm here for the people. I always said I'm a man of the people, right? So it's one of those things. But yeah, appreciate you dropping by, man. Definitely everyone who's dropped in. I see people dropping in and out, all that good stuff. But I appreciate you dropping in. But yeah, we're just talking boxing, talking Romero, talking Davis. Definitely, Tank Davis brings the excitement. He brings the excitement. They had the Barclays pretty much packed in there. I want to say they had said 18 or 19,000 fans or something of that nature, which is legit. That's some good stuff right there. So he's made Barclays like a second home, and that's good because Barclays is a hot spot for boxing here on the East Coast. You still have, of course, the Madison Square Garden and all this stuff, but Barclays they made their name. They've gotten some big fights. Deontay Wilder's fought there a number of times as well. So shout out to the Barclays Center embracing boxing as well. But Tank, he puts butts in seats. There's a question there was a question that came up. This was probably about a year ago. Someone on Twitter, I forget her name. I know she's involved with Premier Entertainment or something like that. And she said Tank was a mega star, the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard. Then she had some others that were there too, going back further. But I didn't agree at that particular time that he was a mega star. That being said, he's certainly a superstar, I guess you can say, superstar talent or bordering on that for the most part. He has the potential to get there for sure to that mega star status. It's all a matter of how things go here for his next few fights because apparently this was the last fight on his deal with TMT Promotions. And in the world of boxing, of course, when it comes to gaining more fans and continuing to be popular, it's a matter of matchup. So the best fighting the best. And now with Tank free or seemingly free, or who knows, he may ultimately jump back into another deal. But he seems to be looking to take on the best that are out there. I know there was mention of him potentially taking on the winner of Camposo's versus Haney. Those are those are the types of mega star making qualities that can get him there to that next level. I don't know what the interest was for this Rolly Romero Tank Davis fight. Certainly outside of the Romero piece of it, or outside of the Tank Davis piece of it, I don't know how huge of a name Romero is. But I'm thinking you have to be a fan of the sport in some sense and follow it a little bit closer to know who Romero is generally, or if you follow the Mayweather boxing channel on YouTube, I would say. But Tank Davis was most certainly the name in this particular fight. So Tank can continue to blow up if he's fighting the likes of Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, any other 135ers, Vasily Lomachenko even. Um, yeah, Teofimo's gone up to 140 pounds, so he's done with the weight. But that being said, just any of the top 135 pounders out there, George Camposo. Imagine Tank Davis versus George Camposo's fight. That would be a huge fight, especially it would be huge in Australia. Now I don't know whether he'd be willing to go to Australia or anything of that nature, but there would be a huge fight there, and that's how you continue to generate fans to get to that sort of mega star level. But that being said, if he continues what he's doing and just knocking individuals out, then the people are going to come regardless. If you build it, they will come, as they say. So if Tank Davis keeps doing what he's doing, keeps knocking individuals out, the people will come. But it's certainly as that competition continues to rise, as far as him taking on those other top names at 135 pounds, that's going to add to it. That's going to add more flair, and that's going to add more interest. And then, he'll ultimately break out into that superstar status. It's just a matter of how things continue to go as we move forward. So we're looking to see him get into the mix with some other fights and everything. Uh, so let's certainly make it happen. Get Tank out, Tank in that mix because he can put the fans in the stands for sure. And he's a live dog. He's dangerous for everyone. He's super dangerous super dangerous for everyone. So shout out Ricky Womack, Ricky C. Hey, what's going on? Been a minute. You know, holding it down on the amateur boxing scene. But yeah, shout out Ricky. Shout out without a doubt. Yeah, been a minute for sure. Had some good conversations, all that good stuff. In the past. So yeah, it's been a good minute. But still here holding it down. Um, but yeah, we're talking about Tank Davis, Rolly Romero, Tank Davis. Man, that knockout shot. That's the thing of that's a star making performance right there. That's what you get. That's what you expect for the big timers. And Tank Davis, he said he was gonna do it, and he did it. And that's the stuff that's gonna keep people continuing to clamor in. Hold on, hold on. We got Bob. Welcome. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I just saw your message, so I could. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
long
was
time.
video gaming, too busy.
Oh, the video games they take precedent, right?
Yeah. Well, I
Welcome,
was
Bob.
just trying to pass time. It's good to be here anyway. So
Good to go. Good to go. Was chatting. Oh yeah, no doubt about it, Ricky. Ricky, I'm gonna get with you without a doubt. Yeah, it has been a minute, so I'm gonna get with you for sure. Sure, I'm gonna be hitting you up here shortly. Appreciate it without a doubt. Yeah, hey, I'm here to assist in whatever capacity. So yeah, shout out Ricky C. But man, yeah. So yeah, welcome, guys. We were talking Romero Davis, of course. That's the big fight of this
yeah.
past weekend, and I was just going through, mentioning what I had gathered just from the fights last night,
Mm,
and Tank, yeah, man, he delivered. He delivered in a major way. I don't know if you've had a chance to check it out and everything, but if
yeah.
so, yeah, what are your thoughts?
I did actually, thanks to Anthony. He posted
Okay,
a
cool.
video. So yeah, it was a very interesting fight. A little bit more tactical maybe than I expected, because there was,
Yeah.
and also Romero, he did it surprisingly well, for a large part of the fight, and but that knockout was just, so bang on on the spot, and Tank Davis, he showed that he was really, I mean, he can be really patient when he has to and wait for the right opening, for the right chance, and that's what he did. He just waited for a right chance to land the
Hmm.
bomb, the left hook, I guess it was. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. There were some high intensity moments as the rounds were going on because you just felt at any point that something was going to land, coming from either fighter really, but certainly anticipating Tank landing something and how Rolly would react to that. I too was surprised at the competitive nature of it. I thought that Tank would blast him out. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
in a little bit different fashion, probably a little bit easier fashion. But I
yeah.
will say that Tank he seemed to be intentionally he seemed to intentionally pace himself, and he looked
Mm,
very comfortable in there. And he said after the fight that he kind of wanted to see him lose some steam and then really go for it
yeah,
then. And it kind of looked like that. So I think he intentionally went about it properly from that sense of things. But I give Rowley credit. He did have a pretty decent showing or whatever. But Tank, when he lands, yeah, those are bombs landing right there.
yeah. Definitely, yeah. I thought I don't know. There was that disallowed knockdown by Romero. Was it right in the which round was it again? That was he happened to kind of, but that was like
Oh,
judged to
yeah.
be a push, right, or something
Yeah,
on
yeah, I think I recall that. Yeah, I
slip.
forget which round
Yeah,
that was. That was a little bit early on. Yeah, he got
yeah,
some
one
kind
of
of
the
push
first
type
three,
thing.
I believe. Yeah, definitely one of the first three rounds it was. But anyway, it was yeah. I mean, Tank, yeah, he didn't look like he was really bothered at any point, even though he also had a little cut here.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So, but I think he said, yeah, all right, now enough is enough. It's time to end it. In round six, as it began, he was like just telling himself, obviously, now it's time to really, educate this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, without a doubt. And yeah, I saw that cut. I don't know if that was from a punch or what, because I know that there was some elbows that had slipped in there. I think just given his style, given
yeah.
Rolly's style, he gets in there, mixes it up, and it was getting a little
Mm.
rough in there on the inside at times. I thought the
Yeah,
referee, David Field, I believe is his name, he did a pretty decent job of controlling and keeping it from getting too crazy in there or whatever.
yeah,
But yeah, but Tank, yeah, I thought he showed some great patience there. Rolly, he did decent. He was working behind the jab for a good period, and you could see
mm,
that he wanted to land something big. And I didn't feel he was able to get anything truly crazy off that really hurt
no,
Davis or anything of that nature. And
yeah,
hey,
he
that
did.
I credit Davis for that. He maintained the distance pretty well, and you could see his reflexes were on point. So,
Mm,
but when he landed what he landed, he said after the fight that he didn't even throw that shot that hard. He just more so ran into it. So that shows you that the power is the real deal.
yeah, definitely. And I thought Romero, I just didn't expect him to land that many punches. And he, after I guess around 3 or 4, he also adopted a very like more cautious approach. And that was smart because if he hadn't, maybe he would have been knocked out earlier.
Yeah,
Because but still, it happened that he was caught while coming charging at Davis, and yeah, it was
yeah,
just a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, you might say. And yeah,
yeah.
it was just a pretty good fight, and yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
if the ropes wouldn't have been there, Romero would have been gone. He'd have been out of the ring, basically.
Yeah,
They
even though
saved
he
him.
did get up, he beat the count, but he looked like
He,
he was.
he looked out of it, and his legs
Yeah,
were shaky. You could tell his legs weren't steady. So I think it was a good stoppage because,
yeah,
yeah, he just didn't look to be there, and Tank was about to really go in then, so he could have
yeah.
been hurt more.
Mm. So as I said, he fought as a big man. He tried anyway, and he did, you know, have some success early on, but in the end, he just, I guess, he got a little too aggressive for his own good in the end. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he wanted to show that he's a powerful fighter. He's
yeah,
always talking about that and everything. But yeah, it didn't work out for him in that regard. Shout out to the real Ranger Danger. Shout out to him. Hey, give him a follow if you're into hunting, all that good stuff. Ranger Danger. He says you can't believe Rose still believes he won all the rounds. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I don't think he won all the rounds. Definitely.
No.
I don't feel that was the case. I thought he did good for what he was doing there early on in terms of
Yeah.
keeping Davis cautious in some sense. He said, yeah, he did a good job of keeping Davis cautious of what may be coming back and
Yeah.
what may have been from a power perspective as it relates to Romero. But yeah, I don't think he won all of the rounds. I know he's mentioning that in the press conferences, but hey, I don't even know that a rematch would be in his favor any better than this particular fight because maybe he gets blasted out of there quicker in a rematch. And now that it is known and Davis
Yeah.
knows that he can, and definitively that he can stop him,
Mm.
the rematch might go a little bit more unfavorable for Romero.
Yeah. I think the problem is he was just not able to really connect like very clean, with enough
Yeah,
clean punches at on Davis. Because had he done that, then yeah, definitely he would have a chance to win, to knock him out. But he did land several punches, but they were not all right on the
yeah,
on the chin, and they were like some of them were grazing punches, and that
yeah,
stuff.
and some elbows as Ranger Danger
Yeah,
mentioned there.
elbows. Like so, he looked like the more how do you say it in the early rounds he looked like he was having a bit more success maybe than Davis with his attacks, but it wasn't like he was really like giving him a beating.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and I didn't leave from there thinking I want to see a rematch. So I don't know if that
yeah,
was anyone's clamoring for that. To be honest.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know really. I don't think there will be one because Romero is just not a big enough name for that. Maybe, and the way he was knocked out,
yeah,
rather early. Had it
yeah,
been
yeah.
like the 10th round, well, then that would be different, I think. But
Yeah, I'm with you there. It was a definitive statement, if you ask me. Real Ranger Danger. They know the fight we want to see: Tank versus Garcia. Yeah, hey, you're right about that one. That is one that we've had them chattering and talking about back and forth. That is one that I would certainly want to see. I think it's a good matchup stylistically as well. It would be interesting, and I think it would sell well as thinking about it from that standpoint, because we know Ryan Garcia, he's a popular fighter. Tank, him being popular as well. They both bring two different styles to the table. Both of them can punch. It just looks different when they go about it. Two very different fighters from just their overall physical standpoint. Garcia being a taller, leaner fighter. Uh, so yeah, that would be a very good matchup right there. We talked about it for a while. It seemed like it was going to actually happen. Then Garcia, it got derailed by Garcia with some thought of him facing Manny Pacquiao, and then ultimately
yeah,
he stepped away from boxing for a period. But assuming that happens, and now there may be a potential for it to happen next with Garcia having fought like a month ago or whatever. What are your thoughts on that, Boz? A potential Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis clash, mega clash, I guess you can say.
yeah, of course, that would have been really one worth watching. A really
Hmm.
great matchup. Yeah, as you said, Garcia is taller, and but he also has, like we saw against Luke Campbell. Yeah, he got
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
there. He has a tendency to kind of get how do you say it, carried away sometimes. Maybe lets his guard down. He's a rather flamboyant character. Very very confident, but sometimes a little bit too confident. And yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be well, I would lean slightly towards Tank, of course, but that would be almost a 50-50 fight for, I think, anyway, because we know Garcia can hit really, I mean, He's a good body puncher. The way he knocked out Campbell, it was a body punch, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is definitely not somebody to overlook for Tank, and yeah, I don't think he is overlooking him or looking past him either. But yeah, I think it would be a very good fight simply, and I don't know really. It's hard to say what would be the most likely outcome be. I mean, there would be a pretty big chance of you know a stoppage happening. I think, but I don't know really since Tank has hardly faced someone of his size. Well, Isaac Cruz maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah. Cruz is not very tall. He was
maybe not five
I think he's a
seven.
little
Maybe.
bit shorter than
Yeah.
I thought he was shorter than Tank. Maybe he's taller than
All
Tank.
right.
You think he's taller than Tank? I
But
need to look him up.
yeah. But since he hasn't really fought so many. I mean, he hasn't stopped that many fighters that are like of Ryan's size, I
Yeah,
guess.
Pedraza was a little bit taller. He's had
Oh yeah.
some people in the past. Yeah, Cruz is 5'4", so he's a little bit smaller actually.
Oh yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
thought he just looked strong. That's all.
Yeah, he's a little stocky built, little small
Yeah.
fighter. He's certainly a little
But
stocky build to him.
yeah, how tall is Ryan? Is he 5'8" or 5'10"? I
I
forgot.
thought he was around 5'10".
Oh yeah,
I
right.
want to say he's around 5'10".
He's like
I want to
Virgil
see.
Ortiz then.
Oh, 5'11" according to this
Wow,
according
he's
to
grown.
Wikipedia.
He's still growing. He's so young. He's still growing.
Yeah. So yeah, this would be one of the taller opponents that Tank has faced,
Yeah,
but I think in the majority of Tank's fights, he comes in as the shorter man.
yeah,
Uh, save the Isaac Cruz fight, and probably the majority of his other one, he's probably been the shorter guy.
yeah.
In
Well,
most cases, I would say.
yeah, he has really. Yeah. Well, anyway, I could definitely see several knockdowns happening in the fight, if not a knockout. Yeah, like
Yeah,
both guys getting knocked down probably, and yeah,
yeah,
maybe it all would end on points. Maybe there's a bigger chance that it would go to the scorecards, but it's still. I think there would be a solid chance of like knockout or TKO happening also.
yeah,
But
yeah.
hard to
It's
say.
interesting.
Yeah, hard to say for whom anyway. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You're right. It's very interesting. I will say because conventional wisdom and then just looking at it at face value, yeah, Tank, we
yeah,
know he has the power to knock anyone out, basically,
yeah,
around that weight. But also Garcia has shown he's shown he has the ability to use his size properly and set up his punches in the right way. That he's been able to get some pretty
mhm.
thrilling knockouts as well. So that makes it
And
very even in that sense.
yeah, and Tank has beaten all these, Latin American fighters so
Hmm.
far, quite many. So it would be a very big victory for Ryan, also in that sense that he would be like the first Latino to beat him
Yeah.
eventually. So that's a little bit also, in that way it goes. Yeah, the Mexican pride and all that stuff.
Yeah, I agree right there. So I think that adds to the build up as well. I would say I think that's
Yeah,
where a lot of the interest is going to come as well. Just thinking about the fact that yeah, you have this Mexican American matchup,
mm,
or at least Garcia representing for the Mexican Americans, Mexico essentially. Then Tank
yeah,
taking on Tank, and yeah, this usually just and then just stylistically usually makes for big matchups. It goes back to some of
yeah,
the other big matchups where we've had similar to that, like Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya. That's part of that appeal there. And it's like
yeah.
that when you throw in like the Puerto Rican
And
pride, a Puerto Rican fighter with a
those,
black fighter or something like that,
yeah, and
or a
those
Puerto Rican and
fights,
Mexican.
those fights really sell, right?
Yeah,
Because then they are, we know who the large part of the boxing audience are, African Americans and Mexicans, or Puerto Rican, Latin Americans in general. That's a really
Yeah,
big part of the audience, of course.
yeah. So I think it would do pretty good numbers. And as far as pay per view, yeah, I believe it would be on pay per view. But that one, I would say, would probably be worthwhile, especially if they make sure to have a focus on the undercard as well. This last night's undercard I thought was just okay. It wasn't really a very stellar undercard just overall, but
Yeah,
um, I thought Ramos or whatever looks good. Abel Ramos's younger brother or whatever. I thought he looked pretty decent. I was talking about him on the Fight Night stream. I wasn't sure if I had seen him before, and I'm still not sure that I had seen him prior to this fight last night. But I thought he looked pretty decent. He had decent size as well. Erzlandi Lara, he looked good.
yeah,
At 39 years of age,
yeah,
his skill is still there. So that's something that doesn't go away. If you're a skilled
yeah.
fighter, you're going to be a skilled fighter.
Yeah, it's one of the last things that go, with the fighter. Maybe they say the power is the very last thing,
Yeah,
but maybe the skill, yeah,
yeah. You can't unteach that
he's
type
the
of
second last to go. Anyway, yeah,
yeah, you can't unteach that level of
yeah,
skill. And I felt he was going to defeat, and I thought it would probably be some kind of stoppage. I thought he would beat
yeah,
Spike O'Sullivan, Gary Spike O'Sullivan, who I think is a tough fighter who, is always game and
yeah.
everything, but he's definitely not one who has beaten anyone at that top level to
Hmm.
make you think that yeah, he was going to
Yeah,
beat
he's
Lara
more
even
like
at this age.
more like a gatekeeper, I would say.
Yeah,
That kind, yeah,
yeah.
fighter.
Gatekeeper has a decent record. Has been in with a lot of good guys. Has lost against the best of those guys, and I
Yeah,
think that will remain the case. But he has a good look to him, tying back to that the old John L. Sullivan days. So apparently there's some kind
yeah,
of linkage that goes way back. Him being Irish as well, Sullivan being of Irish
yeah,
descent. His parents and stuff coming from Ireland. So I like he has the look with the beard and all that stuff. He could play John L.
yeah.
Sullivan in a movie potentially.
That full Manchu mustache.
Yeah, yeah. So he has that going for him. So he's an interesting character. I know I've seen him in the past in some press conferences as well. He's
Hmm.
he's very lively. So it was good.
Yeah,
Hadn't seen him in a while. So
he
good to
does
see.
have a couple of pretty good wins anyway, decent, I would say. Anyway,
Oh yeah,
yeah, Antoine Douglas, for
oh
instance.
yeah. Shout
Yeah,
out Antoine Douglas. Yeah, he's out of this area here.
all
Yeah,
right.
that's probably his best. That may be his best win. Then again, let me see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I think so. I don't actually. I would say that he has one really good, I mean, rather good win, and I don't know if, yeah, I don't really know much of all these fighters, but Matthew Hall,
Yeah, he's
he
been in with a
was
lot of good fighters.
Matthew Hall was pretty solid. I remember back then for a British. I mean, like British level fighter anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been in there. I see with Chris Eubank Jr.
yeah,
Not bad.
yeah.
Not
And
bad at
Billy
all.
Joe Saunders also, he lost
Oh
on
yeah.
points to him. Yeah,
Yeah, so his losses have come against some of the best in the sport, without a doubt. Um, yeah, I remember the David Lemieux loss. That was going. I was looking forward to that fight. I thought it would be more of a fight, but Lemieux iced him fairly quickly.
Oh, and by the way, before I forget, happy birthday. Is it your birthday?
Oh yeah. So appreciate it. Yeah, it
Happy
is a
birthday.
birthday. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Just celebrating, talking boxing.
Oh,
Dedicated to the
yeah.
sport.
Great time. Yeah. What better way to celebrate it?
I
my
know.
my uncle has a birthday tomorrow, so coming
Oh,
up.
cool. Well, send my regards. Happy
Thank you.
birthday, early birthday that is. But
Yeah.
yeah, those May
Thanks.
birthdays, Gemini season, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah. The Gemini. Yeah, that's right. I'm
Shout
a
out to the Geminis out there.
I'm a Sagittarius, so
Oh,
shout out
okay,
to all the
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
I forget what month is your birthday?
It's December, yeah, and late November.
Oh, December. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Gotcha. So yeah, you're right around time of a lot of holiday seasons, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Being
Just a
around
little
that part.
before. Yeah,
Cool, but yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, another birthday. Hey, happy, can't complain. All that good stuff. Get the top boxing
yeah,
here on my birthday, so it's all good.
yeah.
Got the
Still,
new 86 boxing dig, 86 boxing hoodie.
oh wow, that's really nice. Amazing.
representing.
Yeah, I love that color.
Oh yeah, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, this is one. It's pretty much close to the color that I have in the logo. There's a slight difference, but you really can't tell.
Nice to
Uh,
be able to get yeah, your own kind of brand.
got a little merch. Might have to give some away. I got a couple other ones.
Oh,
I got a
nice.
few other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool though. But yeah, celebrate my birthday here. Cheers to that. But yeah, good day. Good
Yeah.
day. Yeah, we'll get to talk boxing, all that good stuff. There was also a fight. Otto Valine fought apparently Rydell Booker, just
Oh, yeah.
sort of veteran heavyweight who I think he spent some time in jail or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Right there, Booker. Didn't he fight James Stoney like very, very long ago? I believe he.
he might have. He might have.
Yeah.
I know he spent some time in jail, so he missed a good portion of his
And that was
career.
maybe. I think he used to be a cruiserweight. Maybe I think then. Yeah, probably Booker. Right? Yeah, that's right. Right, Booker, not
Yeah,
Brooker.
yeah, you're right. Yep, he fought Tony in 2004.
Yeah, he was even a light heavyweight before first. I think no, or no, sorry. It says, well, he was a cruiserweight mostly at
Oh
first.
yeah, he was a cruiser.
Oh yeah, Philip Hergovich fought him when he
Yeah,
fought.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yes.
He's got a tough chin. Yeah, but
Mm,
a little too tough for his own good. And especially in that Hergovich fight because he was just eating shots. I'm glad they stopped it
yeah.
because
You
it.
don't want to see him eat shots from a Hulk like
Yeah,
Hergovich, who can hit also pretty hard. Yeah.
yeah. He had that break, so he didn't fight from 2004 and came back in 2018.
Mm,
So that's a long
cool.
period, but
Hmm. Not so cool, really, but
yeah, it's pretty cool. He was able to get to at least this level of fighting on television and all that stuff.
yeah, it's like Amir Mansour, when he
Oh
went to
yeah,
jail. He came back, then again he had to go to jail for like a year or something or two. Then he came back, but he just continued boxing. So
oh
that
yeah,
was a pity for him, and he
Mansoor.
probably could have achieved something if he.
Yeah, bless you.
You Thank
Bless you.
you.
But yeah, yeah, Mansoor. Yeah, he was a decent fighter. He's not a big heavyweight, so that was gonna be a
No,
challenge for him, of
yeah,
course. And I think that's primarily what the challenge was. As he
not
continued
big,
to
just
get
strong
some
and
advantage.
could hit pretty hard and yeah, pretty like
But yeah, it might have been more apt for a cruiserweight or something like
yeah,
that. Or
yeah.
it's always tough when you're right on the cusp of that, and
Mm.
if you're trying to get anywhere from a title contention standpoint, you're gonna have to take on some of these
Oh
some
yeah.
of these larger guys, which has always been the case. But yeah, we
Mm.
just see more of them at least at this top level. From a publicity standpoint, we see more of the bigger guys right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to be and
Yeah.
to take those guys out, you got to be skilled.
Now it's like being 6 foot three is like small heavyweight today.
Yeah, right, crazy.
Pretty crazy. It was before. It used to be like the average height, like standard height, standard for a heavyweight, almost
Yeah,
6'3", 6'4", and now then it became 6'5", 6'6", and now it's 6'7", 6'9".
I know it's
So
like insane.
Yeah, just going up. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I was talking earlier with this guy Bruce Gas. He has a YouTube channel. Shout out Bruce Gas. But yeah, we're having discussions on the heavyweight division and all that stuff. It ended up going into like who the top heavyweight right now, and some of it had to do with, of course, Fury saying he's retired,
Yeah.
and we'll see how long that is or whatever, or if it's short lived.
Yeah.
So taking that into account, Usyk seems to be like the logical guy who has consideration as that top guy. From there, then you have some other ones that are around there that are good. Frank Sanchez's name came up. He's
Mm,
another good heavyweight who it'll be interesting to see if he's able to get a title shot of any kind. But he's right there in the mix as far as one of these good heavyweights that can box. One of the better, from a technical standpoint. Yeah, he's one of the better heavyweights that is out there right now. You have guys like him, and then guys who may be in line here within the next 2 years. Guys like Jared Anderson or whatever, or
yeah.
Philip Hergovich is another one who we need to see a little bit more of. He seems like he's on that trajectory to be right there in the mix. So,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on like what's next in terms of who's next, maybe in the heavyweight division?
I don't know. I would also add maybe Frank Sanchez. He looks pretty good so far. And Martin Bakoli beat, of course, Tony
Oh
Yoka.
yeah,
So he's
oh yeah,
in there, in the mix, I guess, for now anyway. But yeah, I think maybe also some of the not so big anyway heavyweights also can, make some noise. I mean, yeah, it's a pity Oscar Rivas is at Bridgerweight now.
oh yeah.
I thought he was he had something. He had definitely, how do you say
He's
it?
pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good, and he was pretty dangerous. I mean, he dropped Dillian White, who was so much bigger, heavier. He kind of gave him a beating for a few rounds, even, and
Hmm.
yeah. So that fight kind of showed what he was capable of. Yeah, definitely. And I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
what's going on with Michael Hunter, but
oh yeah. Doesn't seem to be able to secure a big fight right now at
yeah,
heavyweight.
yeah, he's always exciting, of course, to watch. And I mean, that Povetkin fight was amazing. I mean, it was one of
Oh
the
yeah,
best heavyweight fights of the last 10 years, I would say.
yeah. That was a good fight.
Amazing, yeah. It's just right on all the time, from start to beginning, just a slugfest, and I don't know if it really should have been a draw, but I believe I had Povetkin winning, but maybe by a point or something, or two, something like that. But anyway,
Yeah,
it was very close, very competitive. That's true.
yeah. I know people were on both sides of the fence. I wasn't that strongly against the draw. I mean, I could
Yeah,
see
I'm
it.
not
It was definitely a
really.
close fight. I know you have some people who were on both sides of the fence. Some people felt strongly that Hunter won, just as those who felt strongly that Povetkin won. But it was
Yeah,
that's certainly a close fight. And I guess you're gonna have that with close fights, especially this
yeah.
one. I
I
guess you
mean,
could say.
maybe the thing was that I thought that maybe Povetkin won more rounds, but the most eye-catching stuff was maybe done by Hunter. That's
Yeah,
what happened. Yeah,
that's a similar with Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. Even
yeah,
though Taylor won, of course, yeah, the eye catching stuff was Serrano, so that makes it one of
yeah,
those things that when it goes to the cards and it's a close decision or whatever, some
yeah. I
people
thought.
lean towards the more eye catching stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was very close, but I didn't see. I mean, yeah, I did see the fight, but I saw the highlights. But anyway, with women's boxing, it's only 2 minutes per round anyway, so you
Yeah,
don't miss that much. But
yeah,
yeah, I thought it was. it could have gone either way, but maybe I don't know. Maybe they said that Serrano kind of gave it away in the last few rounds, so maybe yeah.
Yeah, I felt like there were some where she didn't necessarily take them off, but you can tell that she was trying to recover
Yeah,
because she had thrown a lot of punches, and
but
I
she
think that
did.
factored in.
But she definitely did the most of the damage. I mean, you could see it on Katie Taylor's face,
Yeah, he
by
could.
the end, by the last round. And she did. She was a brave, of course. She's a tough girl, tough Irish girl, Katie. But
Hmm.
so she came back throwing all she had, But
Yeah,
so
she's
that
not afraid to fight fire with fire.
yeah, so that kind of won her the fight, I believe, because the judges also like that. They appreciate that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, she is exciting in that sense. I think
Still,
if she's matched up with a person who brings it, she brings it as well.
yeah.
So
And
and
had she done like for instance, De La Hoya against Trinidad, had she just cruised and been on the defensive for the last couple of rounds, no
yeah,
way would she have gotten that decision, in America.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you there. Without a doubt. Hello, mother. Shout out. Yeah. Enjoying the birthday. Thank you.
Hello, Mrs.
Thank you.
Brewer. Sh- Greetings to Mrs. Brewer.
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah, birthday again. Yeah, just one of those things. Here on the birthday talking boxing. Here with Boz. But yeah, we were on the heavyweight division. We were talking about the what's in store for the heavyweights, and but yeah, some good ones out there. I do want to see Hergovich versus Jalei Zhang, or Zhang Jalei, as they say, the
Oh
Chinese
yeah,
heavyweight.
yeah, the
So
Chinese
hopefully we
guy.
get that.
Yeah, for a minute I thought this was some French guy, Jean
Yeah,
Gillet
yeah.
Jean.
I was calling him Zili Zhang, which
Yeah,
is how it reads.
yeah, but it is a Jean. That's good
You have
that
to say it with the
you did.
Z's or J's.
Yeah, or I
Who would have
think
thought?
it's Gillet Jean. Yeah,
Yeah,
Gillet Jean. Yeah, that's right.
Jean Gelay. The
Jean
last
Gillet.
name, the way they have it written, the last name
Jean de
seemingly
Gillette
is the
sounds like
last.
some.
The first name is last, I guess,
Yeah,
in how you pronounce it. There's some kind of little order to it or something.
yeah.
So it comes out to being Jean Gelay.
Yeah, that kind of now looks like the better fight for Ergovic. Now that
Yep.
Yoka has been exposed, you might say, against Bakoli, it
Oh
looks like
yeah,
the more interesting fight and perhaps even more challenging now for a
yeah, because
big
that
man
power.
from Croatia. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
And both of
Uh,
them have power, Hergovich and Jean
yeah,
Gelay.
both
So
are against equally tall, I believe,
yeah,
something like
neither of
that.
them are fast because even Hergovich,
Yeah,
he's younger, but he's not necessarily a speedy fighter. So that should make it interesting too.
yeah. Ergovic is just, like very methodical. I would say but he's also very pretty aggressive. Of course, he does go in there to knock you out. So usually,
Shut
but
up, Hijeka. It's
but he's not.
Sierra.
Yeah, hi, Kieran. You
Sierra,
changed
hey,
your
appreciate you
username.
dropping by. Yeah, you used to have the little cat in your profile picture.
Yeah, and what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's like
Indeed,
Ergovic
appreciate you
doesn't
dropping in.
go all out like Babic, but he does have power and he knows how to use it usually. So yeah, we do remember you. That's right.
We do recall. Yeah, appreciate you dropping in as always. Yeah, definitely appreciate you always stepping in Muffet. Shout out to Muffet.
Muffet.
Shout out to Muffet.
Hmm.
Yeah, Muffet the cat. Shout her out. I have a dog, but she's not here right now. We'll let her get
Oh,
some shine. But
and
yeah.
what happened? What happened to your old hairdo? You've gone back to the old. I see.
Oh yeah, I took that stuff out. I took it out. Yeah, I just had it some. I had it twisted. I took it out. So yeah, going back to
Your
normal style.
girlfriend didn't like it, maybe or something.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think that was the thing too,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
It's
Who do you
hard,
think will be
when you're
next for Tate?
pushing, try
Mhm.
to.
But yeah, I'm keeping the beard growing. Keeping
Yeah,
that going. So it is what it is.
it takes me like, I don't know, a whole month to grow a real beard for me. It
Yeah,
grows so
mine doesn't quite
slow.
connect here like that.
Yeah, I got this, like, one of the musketeers. Everybody always says you look like the D'Artagnan because of the
Three
French style.
Musketeers.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little popular.
but that's a compliment, of course, because he's
Yeah.
like a romantic hero. So.
Oh yeah. Slavin the Musketeer. That is funny. So what do you think will be next for Tank? Can
Yeah, you tell me.
hey bud,
Hey man, what's up?
Jacka, Sierra,
Well, we
Jacka.
were talking about Ryan Garcia, of course,
Oh
as a
yeah,
possible next opponent.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the one we were talking about, Sierra, and we were mentioning, potential for Ryan Garcia. Things seem to
Mm,
be fairly clear for such. Tank didn't really take any damage outside of a little redness on the forehead, which I don't know how that. I don't. We don't even know exactly how they got there, but um, yeah,
yeah.
Ryan Garcia would be seemingly a pretty big fight, and I think it would have a
Mm,
lot of good interest as well from the boxing public. And both of them are exciting fighters in their own sense. And Garcia went those 12 rounds with I forget who it was, not Nakatila. It wasn't Nakatila, it was someone else.
oh yeah.
It was another African fighter. I forget who it was. I had to look it up, but
You mean
um,
Garcia? Or
yeah,
no? Thank
Garcia,
Garcia. He
Garcia.
last fought that guy
Oh
Tago.
yeah, Tago, Emmanuel Tago. Yeah,
And,
Emmanuel Tago.
that was a good fight.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Some people were crashing on it because Garcia. They felt like he didn't really change gears or anything. But I think Tago
Yeah,
was a pretty decent fighter for sure.
yeah, it was. I mean, Tago, he was pretty resilient anyway. Yeah, tough guy.
Indeed. Jack, I think Ryan Garcia may handle it because of his quickness and agility. Hey, that's one of the things we were saying. Garcia, I think his skill set gets slept on a little bit. He was always we kind of viewed him as, or I know myself and there were some others who viewed him as sort of when you thought about those sort of top ones at 135, like he was the last of the top young fighters that
Yeah,
we were viewing in there. We were thinking, okay, yeah, Teofimo Lopez, Garcia, or Teofimo Lopez, Haney, and Tank, then Ryan Garcia. But I think Garcia has really come on and he's shown that he's legitimate and he's a force to be reckoned with. And I think that him and Tank would be an interesting fight for so many
mm,
different reasons, but definitely stylistically, given the physical stature of each. And that will make it very, very interesting. And
mm,
Garcia, he's not afraid to get in there and throw his hooks or his little short hooks or whatever, and he's gotten some knockouts in that manner. And it seems that size wise, Tank would play into his hands as far as how he's gotten some of his highlight reel knockouts. But also Tank has routinely fought taller guys in most cases, and
yeah,
those uppercut knockouts he's been getting at times and all that stuff, or throwing some of these hard hooks have been pretty exciting as well. So I think it's a good, exciting matchup.
yeah. He fought that. I don't know if that Argentinian guy Suelar. He was maybe also rather tall. I don't remember.
Mm.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Jesus Marcelo. Oh yeah, he's 5'8". Yeah, that's right.
okay.
Jesus. Hmm.
I had some kind of little fly or something.
Pretty solid fighter, but he was like really destroyed by a tank. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, but yeah, we're with you, Sierra. Yeah, Tank. Yeah, he's shown that he has the ability to knock you out at pretty much any point in the fight. So that's what makes it even more interesting. And Garcia has shown that he can be hit. He will take a punch, and he's
Yeah.
shown fairly well, chin wise. His chin is shown fairly. He's shown to have a pretty decent chin, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he handles a huge shot from Tank, which has generally put people to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I hope that fight happens and not in rather in not too long anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
Both guys have also, I mean, have the power, the potential to score a knockout, as I said in that fight. So that's what makes it so exciting, that matchup.
yeah, without a doubt. Hey Jack, I noticed off topic. Do you know what country I come from? No, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if you know Boz.
UK maybe or Ireland. I don't know. If your name is Kieran, I know that's an Irish name, but I know there are quite many in UK with that name. In
Oh,
England
okay.
also.
Is it Ireland?
Ireland,
That would be the question.
the
Mm,
Emerald Island.
Ireland for 500. But yeah, cool. But yeah, that's what
Ireland.
we want to see next with Tank. Or of course, he seems to be interested in the winner of Haney Cambosos, and I
Oh
think
yeah,
those would be interesting fights as well.
I
Whoever
was
comes out
gonna
on top.
mention that. Yeah,
hmm Those will
because
be interesting fights for sure.
oh
If
yeah,
Cambosos were to win, I think that would be even more, adds more potential for excitement. Just giving Cambosos, given his style, and he's a come forward fighter. And Tank, he's willing to come
Cambosos.
forward, but he will box. But I think that with someone like Cambosos, they could explode.
Yeah, he is a warrior. I mean, he's one of my new favorite fighters, definitely. I think, and he's really he doesn't have anything like. All right, he's rather fast and all that, rather agile, but he's not a really big puncher. But
Yeah,
if he's really willing to slide it out anyway. So
that,
and so he's not feather fisted either. He did drop Teofimo after all.
yeah, he
So
busted him up a little
yeah,
bit too.
yeah. So he's got like volume. How do you say it? Yeah, he's a volume puncher. So yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, UK. So yeah, you were spot
UK.
on, Buzz, from the
Yeah,
UK. What's
where
this stuff?
football came from.
We can do a dream boxing rivalry.
Hmm.
Oh, just a vid idea. Cool.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dream
right.
boxing rivalry.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is.
I thought he meant who would we like to fight in
Oh
our
yeah.
dream. Brother,
But yeah,
Mike Tyson.
that would be interesting.
Yeah, he would take
But
my
yeah.
head off, then I could retire for good.
Yeah, I think Tank's hook will shake up Garcia. Yeah, very well might. It would be interesting to see how he react. Luke Campbell isn't a big puncher, but he's a solid fighter for sure. Solid boxer, skilled fighter.
Mm,
But yeah, he was able to catch Garcia sort of with his chin up, kind of peeking in, and sent him down. Yeah, that
yeah,
might have been a different outcome had it been a shot from Tank. You know.
yeah, that was really. That looked like even worse than it was when he sent him down. I was like, wow, is
Yeah.
this it? Like the knockout, the upset coming.
Yeah, I give Garcia props for his recovery because he recovered well and came
Yeah,
back and took the fight by force, which showed he has a bit of metal to him for sure. No
yeah,
denying that.
he was
Rodolfo,
born to fight.
oh
Hello,
yes.
hello, Rodolfo. Yeah, how are you?
Hello, Rodolfo. Appreciate you dropping in, buddy. We're in here talking Tank Garcia a little bit here, but we were talking about Tank Rolly, how that fight went down, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. What's
Oh,
next for Tank?
Tank finally shut up. Rolly shut his big mouth.
They had to physically shut him up.
Yeah, that was very ridiculous. That he was like he kept saying he would win by a first round knockout. So that was like, come on, man, get down on earth. Where are you? Where is your head in the clouds?
That's funny.
Hey,
Um, did you watch the video of Tank by Joseph Vincent? I
no,
haven't seen that. I don't think I've seen that. Vincent. No, I'll have to check that out. I don't know of that. Doesn't ring any bell at least.
yeah,
And yep, something by Jekka from Rodolfo. So yeah, shout out Rodolfo. Yeah, appreciate you dropping in again. Yeah, Rodolfo, appreciate you all the interaction and everything, man.
yeah,
Appreciate
you
that.
are. Just keep it up, man. You are really great. Great to have here.
That fixed sign, you know that fixed sign, RJ. What does it mean?
I
Maybe
don't know what
mention
was that.
Rodolfo.
Hmm. Yeah.
You mentioned he's known for his trailer editing. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I see what I see what you're saying. You know what? I have seen these. I've seen the way his thumbnails look. I have seen those pop up at times. I'm gonna have to check them out more. Joseph Vincent,
Oh
go.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
Rodolfo, I just hope it doesn't get tied up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right there, Rodolfo. So that's going to be interesting to see what Tank does next. You know,
Yeah.
he might have the type of base that allows him to be pretty flexible in some sense. Uh, Canelo's able to have some flexibility because he has a built up fan base. Of course, Canelo, might have the top backing in the sport in itself as a whole. But Tank, I'd imagine, should have some flexibility just given his style and everything. And that might be better for him. Some of these sort of one off type deals, they've worked for Canelo for sure. When he's done these little 1 to 2 fight deals per se with Matchroom or something, and this could help Tank build his own sort of brand
Hmm.
even more and his own promotional company or whatever. Because Canelo has been doing Canelo promotions or whatever. You see it on stuff as well, so there's an opportunity for sure.
Yeah. Before, it was just unheard of that fighters had their own promotional companies, but now it's good that it's become so possible. But of course, it's just for the most successful fighters
Yeah,
usually. Yeah, so Tank is one of them anyway. So he doesn't want to get, how to say, bogged in like these, yeah, promotional contracts that like block him from fighting certain fighters because they belong to somebody that his own promoter doesn't want to, how to say, cooperate with, that stuff. That's really
yeah.
pure nonsense, of course.
Yeah, and I get the sense that Tank, he's down to fight anyone. I know there are some fights we wanted to see, and maybe those were being held back by the promotional company, him being with TMT or whatever. And maybe there's some that he's wanted and he's not been able
Yeah.
to get.
There's so much nonsense, so many like wars going on between these promotion companies.
Yeah, yeah. At this particular stage, yeah, it's just annoying.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bob
yeah,
Barum and I don't know. That's why I think it was so nice that I guess, yeah, Camposo is promoted by DiBella, I believe, isn't it? In
oh yeah,
America. So I thought that was so great because DiBella is not so big, right? He's rather
yeah.
a smaller promoter. But
Yeah, he is one of those smaller ones. I think he does some like deals with some of these other bigger ones for different things. You have
yeah,
a few other
right.
smaller ones out there who are
Kind of
still
like
still
Gary
around.
Shaw used to do.
Oh yeah, Gary Shaw. I think
Yeah,
Gary, yeah, he's still around. I see every now and then I'll see something or high profile fight. in some sense with him
Oh
tied to
yeah,
it. But yeah, he's another one out there. Dimitri
yeah.
Salita, it seems to be a pretty decent one.
Oh
Salita
yeah,
Promotions,
that's right.
and that's who Clarissa Shields is with now. So they're about to have this Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall fight. As far as I
Mm.
recall seeing, that seems to be a done deal. So it's going to be a match room, I imagine, joint match room, Salita Promotions type deal.
Salita, yeah. That the guy, yeah, who infamously was blown out in one round against Amir Khan. So
Okay.
when you
Yeah, I
get
know he was
knocked
a
out in
boxer.
one round by a guy who isn't really, a huge knockout artist like Amir Khan,
Yeah.
says that you cannot be really good or you cannot have any chin anyway. So that was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
he's found some pretty decent success as a promoter here.
Yeah. So he's
Rodolfo
better.
said Garcia is gonna fight in July already. By the looks of it, goes to show that he really wants the big
Mm,
fight at the end of the year. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Uh,
mm. He
but he
better
definitely
hurry
wants to
up.
get busy.
He says he wants to retire at 26, so he better hurry up getting all those big
Oh wow.
fights.
Yeah, we always hear these sort of lofty things from some of
Yeah,
these boxers. We'll
I
see.
don't think he will retire that soon. He's
Yeah,
gonna probably like 30 at least when he retires, or 29. I don't know.
something
Maybe.
that seems would seem to always come pulling you back in.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I do understand what he said. It's like he said, I don't want to be 34, and fighting. And yeah, that's a pretty sound principle to me. Sounds pretty good. Oh yeah, he says Tank has the star power, yeah, in order to become free agent. Madonna, yeah, I saw that she
yeah,
was in the crowd.
I remember seeing her. She had the fan.
Yeah, hiding her face. What was that about?
Yeah, freaking Madonna. So yeah, you're right. He does bring people out, put butts in
Yeah,
the seat. So that's a legit thing. So I think that would be a big loss to Mayweather Promotions. Thinking about it, and maybe that's
yeah.
why they kind of threw him in there with Rolly. So these are two TMT fighters, and this is technically, I guess, the last. This was his last fight on that contract. So
All right. Hmm.
him not signing with TMT, that would be their biggest fighter, I would say, outside of Mayweather himself, who's still jumping in the mix with different little things here and there. But for
Yeah.
legitimately active fighter, yeah, Tank is their biggest active fighter. So I think that's a big loss for Mayweather Promotions.
Oh yeah, huge loss. Yeah. Well, but yeah, I mean, Tank is a knockout artist, so that's why, of course, they will always draw a bigger audience than those technicians who just, box
Hmm.
you to that, to put it
Yeah,
that way, and
yeah,
win on points always. So nobody really wanna watch that. A boxing. I mean, it's all right. Of course, you must appreciate that as well. I mean,
yeah,
technicians and that, but
yeah. We've had those classic matchups that we like when we see two pure technicians going at it and all that stuff. But
yeah,
of course, yeah, the knockouts was what definitely bring people or bring fans
yeah.
and make them clamor for more.
But it's all right if they want to take chances. Like there are technicians who do kind of like to sometimes engage in a real fight. But that's why I think it's ironic that Mayweather made so much money because at the end of his career he was really not interested in having fights. He was interested in just winning by his own way, like you
Yeah,
know fighting defensively, then just kind of counter punching a little bit,
yeah, yeah,
pot shotting, as they call it.
yeah. Many people tuned in to see him lose.
Yeah,
In most cases.
Pacquiao. That fight was a big letdown, but Bob Arum, he saw that
Yeah,
coming in 2009. He said that will not be a good fight. He said
yeah.
it will be like a hunter running around chasing a deer. That's exactly what it was like, you know. So
Yeah, you're right. It was a huge letdown, given all the build up and anticipation. One of the most highly anticipated fights ever, and
yeah,
yeah, it didn't
that's
live up to the hype.
because of the names, you know. They people
Yeah,
always want to see two biggest names, but they don't think about will it make a good fight, really, you know, their styles together.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
And this one, yeah, it didn't. It didn't. It certainly didn't. They brought out the stars. They brought out the private jets and all that stuff.
yeah,
That was a money fight for sure. Yeah,
it
it
was
wasn't for the
amazing.
fans.
Yeah, I remember at the end, you know, when after the decision was announced and Mayweather goes over to like shake hands or whatever, greet Benny, and he just told him, "We made a lot of money, so don't you know don't be." He meant to say, "Don't be so sad or disappointed. We made a lot of money."
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that knockout on Amir was shocking to the world. It did.
Yeah, Amir, he
At
yeah
26, why though? That's prime of his years. Earning money is here. Yeah, Garcia. I think he's just talking. Yeah, that would make no
yeah
sense. Well, yeah, if you're gonna stick to your words, it will make sense. But if you're not gonna stick to your words, or if
yeah
you really
no
look at it with the sport that you're in or whatever, yeah, it makes no sense to stop right there
yeah.
just as you're hitting your prime or whatever.
Yeah, 26 is too early, definitely. 30, all right. I would say, okay, if you really want to do it, if I was like the manager, all right, if you are 30, 31, all right, then, you know, give it up if you
Yeah,
really feel.
yeah,
But
and if
20,
Ryan's about legacy, he will not have accomplished enough by that time for sure.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
For sure. Remember the time Floyd destroyed the Japanese, Chinese, or Korean fighter? I get mixed up.
Who was that?
Japanese, Chinese, or Korean
He
fighter.
didn't fight many of either.
Yeah, I don't remember him taking on. I know he took on a lot of Latin fighters.
Yeah, yeah, like Shane Mosley. He almost only fought Latin guys.
The
That's why he
um,
was so criticized as well.
yeah, I
Right.
don't remember him being in there with a Asian fighter, but that's not
Hmm.
to say he wasn't. I just don't remember off top.
Maybe he thought no, I don't know. I don't think he thought.
Oh, I think Rodolfo mentioned the kickboxer guy. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I think that was like a Japanese guy, Risen. He's with Risen Promotions or something like that. He's like a kickboxer.
Hmm. I don't know. I haven't seen
This
that
was
one.
like an exhibition type thing a couple of
Oh
years
yeah,
back.
that's the
It was
one.
like lasted one
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
Then that guy was crying. He was the undefeated kickboxer style fighter or something of that nature. I remember that. That was funny.
So typical, you know, fighting a guy that's
Yeah,
yeah.
people were saying it was fixed. Yeah, he was crying at the end. Yeah, it didn't make any sense. The whole thing just looked crazy, I would say.
Floyd just found somebody he knew could not beat him. That's what he does, you know, a
Yeah,
kickboxer. He's
yeah, I
not a
remember that.
boxer. So yeah.
I remember that. This was a few years ago. That was funny.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that did 4.6 million for views. I look at Mayweather wants to get an exhibition with Tamir Khan. Also, so he wants to do it now, huh?
It's a pity that he cannot fight Jake Paul because he's too small.
Oh yeah,
Floyd Mayweather, I think he would love it, you know, because he was so angry with him last year when they had that
yeah.
altercation with the cap, you know, got
Oh
your
yeah, I
head.
remember that. There were questions as to whether that was kind of set up,
Yeah,
which it might have
well,
been.
Jake did get some, you know, some beating, you might say, from his guards. Or yeah, kind of rough handling. Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit
manhandling.
of that. Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Imagine it
not
performs a Michael
like
Jordan.
Michael Jordan. I doubt he can do that. No.
Stuff. Yeah, I think Floyd, he's gonna just continue to do these little
Yeah,
exhibition style fights. I didn't see that when this little helipad fight or whatever that he was doing with this guy, or exhibition match. I shouldn't say fight. I didn't see it. I don't know. I wonder how it did, but I heard
maybe.
someone saying $80 million, which I don't know if that's the true case of it.
Oh yeah,
On this one thing, they're saying he's got 80 million, or he's going to make 80 million or whatever for this little exhibition he did. I don't know, but who knows? This was over in Dubai, apparently.
all right, of course.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything associated with the fight, but I did see that Badu Jack fought someone and knocked him out in the first round.
Oh yeah, he's a cruiserweight now. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Badu
Badu Jack.
Jack. He's got a really beautiful wife, by the way. I saw her picture. I have to say,
Oh yeah.
she's yeah.
Yeah, I had to check her out because I don't recall what his wife was like. The Swede Badu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Badu's an exciting fighter.
The Swede. Yeah, he is. I mean, I do like him because he's a technically skilled fighter, but he also likes to mix it up. And that's not so often you see in those fighters. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
that at light heavyweight, I don't know, he didn't have so much power, but sometimes when these guys go up, they seem to gain more punching power. I remember Nathan Cleverly also. He,
Oh
as a
yeah.
light heavyweight, he was like almost zero power. And then he went up to cruiserweight. All right, he did fight some bumps, but he knocked them out fast. I remember two of them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Nathan Cleverly. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
tall, little, lanky fighter.
yeah.
But you're right.
Tall.
He wasn't a big puncher.
No, I remember it was so excruciating watching some of his fights. When he was a champion, he was so dominant. He was just pounce, 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 but he couldn't stop the guy.
Yeah.
So that was so frustrating to watch.
Interesting stuff for sure.
Yeah,
I just saw the Joe Gans video. Cool stuff, man. Appreciate you checking it out. Joe Gans.
Joe
Yeah, the
Gans
great
was the
lightweight. Some
real
regard him
deal.
as the greatest lightweight ever.
Yeah, Joe Gans, the real deal for sure.
He is the real freaking deal.
He was the first black world champion, right? I think so. He
No,
was.
the first black world champion was George Dixon.
Oh
Gans was the
yeah,
first
you
lightweight,
talked
black
about
lightweight
that.
world champion.
But he was like the first big, like great world. Joe Gans was like the
Yeah, and I
first.
think Gans was probably the first black American champion, if I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
mistaken.
that's right.
Because Dixon was Canadian, which
Oh
is
yeah.
America technically. So I should say United States of America champion,
Hmm.
And
And there was yeah. When we were talking about these guys, I believe somebody said the longest fight or the latest knockout ever in history happened in a fight with Joe Jeanette and maybe Harry Wills. I don't know. Was like
oh,
49th round. Oh,
oh yeah,
that's
that was Joe Jeanette and Sam McVeigh. It took
was
place
Sam
in France.
McQuay. Yeah, Sam McQuay. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, it happened over in France. Yeah, the stories of that fight are pretty amazing.
That's just wow. Because I think the second latest it came in 40th round. It was Ad Volgas versus Battling Nelson. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I forget how long it was. It was, I think it was like 40 something rounds for the Gans battling Nelson fight. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. It was a lengthy fight. I know
Yeah.
that.
40 rounds. Yeah. That's right.
Okay. So yeah, that's another one. Oh, battling Nelson, the durable Dane, as they
Yeah.
say.
That's him.
Man, yeah, some of those fights were pretty crazy back then. And these were
Yeah.
3-minute rounds.
Yeah. And you had like 50 rounds or 100 sometimes. It's,
Yeah, and they were doing 3-minute rounds because the stuff with the bare knuckles, some of those went long, but a round
yeah.
ended under different circumstances. But yeah, these guys in these fights these were legit 3-minute rounds with 1 minute
All
of
right.
rest.
Yeah. It was Joe Jeanette that won that fight. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, McVeigh couldn't go on any longer. His trainer
Mm.
stopped it because I think they were like bordering on death, basically, in those type of situations. They're
Yeah,
going
it's
so
like
hard for so long.
yeah, really, really excruciating. I can imagine how excruciating it was.
Yeah, the thing about it, those guys were fighting each other multiple times, So
Yeah,
the buck didn't stop there. They fought each other an insane amount of times, and they were the best heavyweights, at that particular time. And
yeah,
they weren't getting a world heavyweight title shot, so therefore they just had to fight each other.
yeah. That's really a pity. They could have been greater, of course, even greater names if they could have
Yeah,
won a world title. Yeah,
yeah. It's rare we
and
see elite fighters fight each other multiple times the way that they were doing back then.
mm,
Now we may get the occasional four fight rivalry, but it's
yeah,
rare. It's even more rare.
yeah. There were these guys like fought 6, 7 times at least during
Yeah,
for each other.
yeah, all in the
So
midst of their prime, and even when they were fighting out of their prime as well. So
yeah,
you
I
just
think
that's a lot.
yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson fought Jake LaMotta also like five or
Yeah, I
six
think it was
times.
5 times
Yeah,
on one
and
case.
I saw that there was like a clip where they were both guests in his TV show, and then they asked LaMotta about it, and he said, "Yeah, I fought him so often, so many times. It's a wonder I don't have diabetes."
That's a good one. Yeah, he had a good personality.
Yeah, he was quite a character. It's amazing how long he lived because he took
Yeah,
so much beating in the ring, but he
yeah.
was so tough. I mean,
Yeah,
amazing.
it's crazy how that is. But
Yeah,
yeah, he was because he died a few years back, right?
yeah, he didn't die so long ago. He was like 85 or something, six. I don't know.
Yeah, that
He was
is
pretty old.
pretty crazy. Yeah, and he was one of those fighters that was definitely it was pretty much all of his fights were wars.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's insane. Yeah, yeah, some people are just built different.
Oh yeah, I think he had a problem that he was like, at least in the movie they showed it that way that he was like he eating too much before fights, and he would go up in weight too much maybe, and so
Oh, okay.
yeah, he was actually 95. Wow,
Oh
when he
wow,
died.
95. Yeah, I thought he was probably in his 90s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2017 September 19th
Okay,
September.
yeah. I remember, yeah, it wasn't too long ago. So freaking
Yeah,
Jake LaMotta, the Raging Bull.
the Raging Bull.
I haven't seen that movie. I need to watch it.
Yeah,
Have you seen
but
it?
yeah, of course, I love it. It's maybe the best boxing movie. Well, anyway, one of the three best for me. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
I need to watch it. I might try to watch it today. I've been saying I'm gonna watch it forever.
yeah, it's pretty long, but it's worth it. It's directed by Martin Scorsese. So
And it's all black and white, right?
yeah, yeah, it is actually. I believe. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's probably the case. That adds a little extra element to it.
yeah, it's pretty funny, and I remember there was also a show about it. And when Lamola saw that film, he asked his wife, "Was I really like that?" Because he was kind of had temper
Oh
problems.
yeah.
She said, "No, you were worse."
That is funny. That is
Yeah,
funny. Rodolfo, yeah, some boxers live long and some are cut short because of their ring history. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
yeah,
Um, it is pretty crazy how that is.
yeah. I mean, it's all down to also how good your chin is, and punch resistance. Like you had like George Chuvalo, he fought like 22 years, I believe, as a
Oh
pro.
yeah, he could
Yeah,
take some bombs.
yeah. And he said he would build his these facial muscles. He was working on that he would chew gum to build up his muscles so that he would become even more,
Oh yeah.
resilient.
A method to the madness. But yeah, some of those guys are just man, they can just take a punch and it's
Yeah,
hard
it
to
was.
put it into perspective.
Yeah, I must mention Oliver McCall.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Oliver. He was really one of the toughest fighters in recent time, I would say. So
Yeah, you're right. Oliver McCall. Yeah, he was tough. He was pretty solid.
he was
Yeah,
tough and physically he was like a Superman. He was fast. He could hit hard. He was strong. He's just amazing, athletic.
cool,
I
cool. Shout
was.
out Fight Night scores. Welcome.
This is so funny. I first opened this on my iPad. Now I'm listening to myself here. I
That
like,
is funny.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Hey, hi, Fight Night Scores. Hello, nice guy.
shout out Fight Night scores without a doubt. All is good. Great that you dropped in. Yeah, yeah. Tank
Thank
definitely
you.
did what was expected. Yeah, we want to see him against some of those other top lightweights right there. I think the division is still budding, and we need to get more of these matchups while these guys are pretty much
The
ready to go. There's
the
nothing seemingly that's
yeah,
preventing anything.
the division is better than I would say in very long. It hasn't been this good, and really, I don't remember when was the last time that 135 was so strong. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah. You have a lot of
traditionally, yeah, it was always one of the stronger, right divisions. I would say historically.
yeah, you have a lot of give me fights or pick 'em fights that can be made here up top. So as long as we
Yeah,
get those, I think it will go a long way and continue to pique fans' interest. And
yeah,
what better time than now? No more of this
yeah.
marinating junk.
I mean, some of the greatest fighters ever have at least gone through that or fall in that division. That Mayweather, Pernell
Yep.
Whitaker, Tony Canzoneri. You had
Oh
all
yeah,
those
yeah.
guys.
Henry Armstrong, the
Henry
great
Armstrong,
Armstrong,
yeah,
Benny Leonard,
Barrios,
Roberto
Benny,
Duran.
yeah, Benny Leonard. That's right.
Yeah, so many out there. You're right.
Yeah,
It's like a premier division for sure
yeah.
from a history perspective. Joe Gans, who we were mentioning, yeah,
Joe Gans, yeah.
so many top
Uh,
guys out there.
Alexis Arguello, yeah.
I agree. Fight night scores. I agree. Yeah, definitely they do a lot of talking these days. No shortage of that, especially with social media and all that.
Yeah, let's hope they do start to make it happen. And yeah, Eddie Hearn is well, he is for sure trying his best to make it his fighters fight each other or
Yeah,
fight the best out there anyway. Yeah,
yeah, that's the only way you can continue to grow the sport in the right manner.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to have these matchups happen,
yeah.
and hopefully, we get them here between now and the end of the year or early next year. I think that this
Hmm.
year has gone pretty decently thus far. We've seen some good matchups, and there are more to come. So
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to that for sure. And hopefully we get some of these other ones made. We got Canelo Triple G3 on the way. That's happening September
All right.
17th, I believe.
Hmm.
They signed up.
Huh. That's not really a fight I wanted to see, but anyway, it
Yeah.
might be interesting to
Yeah, it
watch.
should at the very least be interesting. But yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
for September 17th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's for all intents and purposes, it seems to be a done deal. Where it's at is I think
Hmm.
still being decided, or it could have been decided. I'm assuming it's probably going to be in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, these rivalries and trilogies, they always sell, so
Yeah, yeah, and I think it
it's-
will. I think it'll do well. Just given the stakes of things like
yeah,
Canelo losing to Bivol and all that stuff. So yeah, this is like didn't take long to get made after that. I would say.
Yeah. And that's a problem because somebody who should maybe have should retire. It's so hard to say no, because
Yeah,
they know it's gonna be very, a big paying fight, a big payday, and
depending
I,
depending on the outcome, at least this
yeah,
could potentially be the last major fight for Triple G if he chooses to walk away after this. But I think of course, the outcome would certainly depend on that.
yeah.
He's, I guess, a live dog. I favor Canelo. He has the youth on his side, and
Mm,
he's a quicker fighter for sure.
yeah,
Triple G still has his power,
a
so it
lot
should be interesting.
younger. Yeah, I mean, 8 years younger. Anyway, that now it's such a big difference. Like 5, 6 years ago, it wouldn't have been such a major, difference when
Yeah,
Triple G was 34, let's say 35. But now it's a huge difference.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so I favor Canelo given such. So I know we're both pretty much on the same page there. So, but we'll
yeah.
see how it goes.
But I'm so happy that he lost finally because those guys who were always talking Canelo, 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 like he's the god of boxing, be all. It's now they finally can shut up about him for a
Yeah,
while anyway until he wins again.
yeah. You showed, yeah, they're jumping up and down in these weights. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a strategy to it, of course. So there's a reason. Yeah, he hadn't taken on the likes of
I mean,
Beterbiev, and then
I
now
just
Bivol to this point.
yeah, I mean, I gotta mention names with Kelly Pelican, James Dominguez. What really irritated me is they would question Lomachenko, they would question
Yeah,
other guys, but they will never question Canelo. It was us. Canelo can do this. Canelo can do that. Canelo can do anything. It
yeah,
was
you're
like,
right.
come on.
You're right. You're right in that regard.
It
So
was
yeah,
so
this is bringing it back down to
yeah.
earth in a sense.
I mean, be realistic. You can at least say, well, all right, he is not that great in this part, but in all others, all right, he's great, and
Hmm.
that I could accept. Yeah. So
Without a doubt, without a doubt. So yeah, Canelo. Hey, here's to him. So let's see how things continue to build for him there. So
yeah,
168, maybe that's where he's going to continue to campaign now.
yeah, maybe it would be best for him. Wisest. He seems to really fight well at that weight, and there are some fights also still there
Yeah,
to
David
be done.
Benavidez. David
Yeah, I mean,
Benavidez is one.
yeah. You got Demetrius Andrade there now, and Chris
Oh yeah,
Eubank Jr., among others. Yeah, Benavides, of course, who has just been really impressive last weekend, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Many have been calling for the Benavidez fight for a while. So depending on the outcome of this one, hey, hopefully we see that next. But at
yeah,
least it all, I guess, depends on if Benavidez chooses to sit and wait, since this fight isn't until September and he just fought. So
yeah. I don't know how really how enthusiastic Canelo is, and Eddie Hearn. Let's put it that way now, since he is with him.
yeah,
How really, really eager they will be to fight Benavides, because they know it's probably the most dangerous now fight at 168 for him. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. You're
yeah,
right in that regard. Um, you're right. So yeah, we'll see. But maybe now that Andre and Matchroom have parted ways, maybe
yeah,
That fight with Canelo happens next. Now that they're departed.
yeah. Well, it's about time for him to fight finally someone who is a really big marquee name.
He had to. Ironically, he had to leave Matchroom to get the fight if it happened.
Yeah, that's right. He was like, oh, screw them. I just can't wait any longer.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah, cool, man. But
yeah.
yeah,
That
we've gone an
that's
hour and a half now.
that's the way things are at the moment.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is. We've gone an hour and a half. How you feel? Good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Fine. Same here. All right. We're gonna call this thing a day, and
Yeah,
we will link
fine,
back up.
fine by me. Yeah.
And shout out to everybody who dropped by. Hi, Jekka, Syrian, Rodolfo. Shout out Rodolfo. Fight Night Score. Shout out. Shout out to motivated, ambitious, driven. My man Greg Sandwich, Semper Fi. Memorial Day shout out, Semper Fi to all. Shout out to all the those that have served, those military members, all that good stuff. We're rocking with you. Shout out my mother. Oh yeah, Ricky dropped by. Shout out, Ranger Danger. Check them out, everyone. But yeah, appreciate everyone dropping in for sure.
Yep.
All
All
right,
right.
catch you, Boz. Until next
Yeah.
time.
Catch you. See ya. Bye bye.